Now, first, let's look at moon being in the sign of Aries, which means your moon sign is the Aries sign. So, when Saturn will be moving into the Pisces sign next month, within a month of that, Jupiter will be moving into the Gemini sign, into your third house for Aries moon sign people, and Rahu will be moving into your 11th house in Aquarius, and Ketu will be moving into your 5th house in the sign of Leo. So, what is more important is, while Saturn will be in Pisces, will be increasing the optimism, the imagination. Jupiter will be focused on your communication skills. However, the direct impact of either Jupiter, Saturn or Rahu is not on the moon. Okay. However, neither on the moon sign, which is Cancer sign. However, Ketu's 9th aspect will be falling on the moon, while moon rules the 4th house, the Cancer sign, and moon's aspect is on the Libra sign. So for the first 1 year, till June next year, 2026, Ketu's aspect will be on moon, which means because moon rules the 4th house and now is in the Lagna in the Aries sign, because we're looking from a moon sign perspective. So the home component, assets and domestic life, your peace, your tranquility, how at home you are, that will be influenced by Ketu's aspect on the moon, while moon is in the Aries sign in your natal chart. Because Ketu is a denier and Ketu's aspect is on the moon, so the results of home, domestic life, the peace, the tranquility, the satisfaction that you're getting from home, home investments, home repair, buying of conveniences, all of that will either be reduced. So either the inclination of buying or adding to those assets will be reduced, or ability of buying assets or getting conveniences, all that may be reduced. Or even if you buy a home or conveniences, you may not get too much of an emotional kick, emotional happiness out of it. You may buy it more out of necessity or because of conveniences, but you may not be very happy because of that. So that is Ketu denying the emotional aspect of moon because of moon ruling the 4th house and the Cancer sign. However, Ketu is in the 5th house of romance, which means Ketu will also deny till at least a year and a half, which means for 18 months, the ability to get the maximum satisfaction from your domestic life or establishing a domestic home or in your romantic liaisons, because of moon's aspect also being on Libra, the sign of relationship. So either the romantic liaison may not work out, or you may not be so inclined towards it, or you may not be very happy with it. Ketu is a change bringer also. So you should be a little careful of how you're looking at your romantic relationship. If you're not in a committed marriage-like situation or a live-in situation already, then be careful of Ketu moving into the 5th house and aspecting the moon, while moon is aspecting the Libra sign, because this is also placement of change. So change in how you look at your partner, change at how you look at the romantic liaison, how much you are getting love and affection, how much you're inclined towards that person, or the inclination is moving somewhere else. That also has to be seen. And because moon is aspecting the 7th house, so while the romantic liaison may not be that strong, however, your empathetic nature towards others, towards teamwork, towards team effort will still continue. Which means for the next 18 months, you may be more helpful, you may be more empathetic towards others, even at the cost of yourself. So you'll have to be more careful, because Ketu is denying your own growth in the Lagna from your ability to be empathetic or be supportive and caring to others, while still be supportive and caring and helpful to others. So be a little careful of not overdoing your helpful nature while being denied too much of a gain from that. However, this situation will change slightly when in June 2026 next year, Jupiter will then be transiting into your 4th house and the Cancer sign. So it will change the equation drastically. And then after a few months, when Rahu will be moving into Capricorn, and Ketu will also be accompanying Jupiter in the 4th house and the Cancer sign, 4th house from a moon sign perspective, that's when the equation will change drastically. Now, Ketu is not influencing moon directly with its 9th aspect of learning, learning from situations. However, Ketu is not denying a direct denying of the equation from home. Now it is not denying you romantic liaison or romantic affair or getting into a new relationship or enjoying the relationship or intimacy or even sexual intimacy. But it is denying you setting up a home with that person, setting up a new domestic life. Now what is happening is Jupiter is aspecting Saturn in the Pisces sign, in the 12th house of imagination, bed pleasures, while Jupiter's placed in the Cancer sign and it has gone in the Kendra to the moon. So it's a short, small form of a Gajkesari yoga. So Jupiter is expanding home, tranquility, happiness, but Ketu is denying the establishment of a long-term stable foundation of a relationship. So one aspect of your home is surely being expanded. You will be enjoying it, whereas some other aspects may not be. So, for example, if the material aspects are being given to you or being expanded, home is being expanded, you're buying a new home, buying conveniences, but the satisfaction, the tranquility, the happiness, or the peaceful atmosphere at home may be denied. This may also be strong because Rahu will be moving into the Capricorn sign. So, directly, because Saturn rules the Capricorn sign, gone into the 12th house, Jupiter aspecting from Moon's Cancer sign, which means you may have the hunger and greed for career. Your decision making may also, however, be a little more emotional where career is concerned. So in a state of being very positive, without thinking too much, you may make a decision about career, which you should be a little more careful about. So for Aries, right, moon sign people, the emotional aspect may interfere a little bit with your decision making with your career, home environment and investments and romantic liaison. So you will have to be a little careful. However, on the whole, some aspects of the 4th house of investments or assets or setting up a home will be given to you while other may be denied.